Before mighty creatures like the famous Quetzalcoatlus and Pterodon soared the skies with wingspans the size of planes, the skies belonged to a smaller, stranger pioneer. Meet Dimorphodon, a clumsy flyer with a head largely disproportionate for its body, sharp teeth, and a long, swift tail. It might not look like much, but this early pterosaur played a critical role in the evolution of vertebrate flight. Quickly, before we start the video, I have an announcement. Statistically, only 1% of everyone watching is subscribed. So be sure and subscribe, it will help me out a lot. Now, back to the video. Today we're taking an in-depth look at Dimorphodon, exploring how it was discovered, how we believe it lived, what made it unique, and why this quirky reptile is so important to our understanding of prehistoric life. The story of Dimorphodon begins in the early 19th century along the rugged cliffs of Lyme Regis on the southern coast of England. This region, known as the Jurassic Coast, is famous for preserving an ancient world in stone, and it was here in 1828 that fossil hunter Mary Anning made yet another groundbreaking discovery. Anning, already famous for uncovering ichthyosaurs and plesiosaurs, found the partial remains of a strange creature embedded in a cliffside. The skeleton included a large, deep skull with sharp teeth, a set of wings, and a long tail. Clearly not a dinosaur, but also unlike any modern creature. The fossil was first described by geologist William Buckland, but it was Richard Owen, one of the founders of modern paleontology, who gave it the name Dimorphodon micronix in 1859. The name means two-formed tooth, referring to the creature's unusual dental layout of having two different types of teeth. This seemingly small detail has enormous implications for understanding its diet, behavior, and evolutionary history. Dimorphodon was a relatively small pterosaur with a wingspan of about 1.4 meters or just under 5 feet, and a body length of around 1 meter or just over 3 feet. Its bones were light and hollow, like those of birds, keeping it light enough for flight. But what stands out most is its disproportionately large skull, deep and boxy, with large openings, and a beak-like snout filled with an odd mix of teeth. The front teeth were long, fang-like, ideal for grabbing prey. Towards the back of the jaw, however, were smaller, blunter teeth, suggesting a capacity for chewing or crushing food, not just tearing it. Its wings were formed by a membrane stretching from an extended fourth finger, like all pterosaurs, and its tail was long and stiff, likely used for stabilization during flight, like a rudder on a boat. On land, Dimorphodon likely used a quadrupedal gait, walking on both its hind legs and its folded wings. It had strong limbs with curved claws, which made it a good climber, similar to the modern-day squirrels, perhaps even nesting on cliffs or tree branches. Living roughly 195 to 190 million years ago during the early Jurassic, Dimorphodon would have inhabited warm coastal environments rich in vegetation, insects, and small vertebrates. Its fossil remains are primarily found in what is now southern England, but a second species, Dimorphodon winthropi, was later discovered in Mexico, indicating a wider geographical range. Its odd dental arrangement hints at a flexible diet. It may have hunted insects, small vertebrates, or even scavenged for carrion. Unlike more specialized pterosaurs that were to come later, Dimorphodon seems to have been an ecological generalist, able to survive in a variety of niches. Its large eyes suggest it may have been crepuscular, active during dawn and dusk, when light was low and competition was less fierce. But flight wasn't its strong suit. Its heavy skull and relatively short wings suggest it wasn't built for soaring. Instead, Dimorphodon probably flew in short, clumsy bursts, more like a modern-day pheasant than an eagle. Think flailing takeoffs from the ground or cliffs, followed by gliding or gliding-assisted descents. Dimorphodon is part of a group of early pterosaurs known as the rhamphorhynchoids, characterized by long tails, toothless jaws, and less aerodynamic body plans than their later cousins. As a transitional species, Dimorphodon occupies an important place in the Pterosaur lineage. It preserves a blend of primitive traits with its tail and teeth, with more advanced adaptations for flight. Its anatomy gives us a rare window into how early flying reptiles evolved from gliding ancestors into the true flyers. The variation in its teeth is particularly important. Most reptiles have uniform dentition, but Dimorphodon shows early steps towards the dental specialization we see in mammals. It's a glimpse into how natural selection can shape anatomy and convergent evolution. Additionally, studying Dimorphodon helps paleontologists trace how flight evolved independently in different animal groups: bats, birds, and pterosaurs, all using different anatomical structures to take to the skies. Dimorphodon wasn't the biggest, it wasn't the fastest, and it probably wasn't even the most graceful, but it was a pioneer, one of the earliest reptiles to take to the skies, blazing a trail through evolution that would later lead to giants. Thanks to Mary Anning's discovery and generations of paleontologists who followed, we've been able to piece together the story of this odd little flyer. And though it's long extinct, Dimorphodon continues to inspire us with its awkward charm, scientific importance, and place in the grand story of life on Earth. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more prehistoric content, and let us know in the comments which ancient creature should we explore next.